Rabbi Kaplan, please.
This week is Parshas Korach. Every year you come by these parshas, the parshas that they're parshas that are very sosum to us, and they're parshas that we feel more that we can connect to feel more the limudim than there are from it. That's the parshas Korach. We feel more than the things we could learn from it. The union of Korach is very nagea to the modern days. And Bahamas, we have to know that those that they understand and they know what it says in the famous piece of Zohar. I don't know where it is, but there's a famous piece that the Zohar says that anybody who says that Chas v'Shalom to say that the Torah is a story. The story in the Torah is a levush. Main thing is the pnimius. Everything it says in the Torah is a pnimius. The pnimius is what's nogea most to us. When we talk about Korach, Korach was a big tzaddik. Korach was from the Nosei Aron. He carried the Aron. When we say somebody carried the Aron, we have to know it's not just a simple avodah of carrying the Aron on the shoulders. A carrier, what they call a sabal. No, it's a lot more than that. Those the special people, tzaddikim, bali madrege, kadoshei elyon, and they were fit to carry the Aron. The place where the Shechina is shora, the place that's enu min amidah, the place that you, the Aron, the thing that you measure the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the whole thing is 20 amos, and you measure from each side of the Aron until the wall it's 10 and 10 amos, and the Aron itself, as if it doesn't take up any space. The Aron is a box that it looks like a Gashmiistic box, but it's legamri, lamala min hateva. Somebody that was able to carry that. He definitely was somebody that he was so spiritual. He was able to connect to this level of lamala min hateva. He understood. He lived with this idea that Olam Hazeh is not a real thing. Ruchnius, that's real. Olam Hazeh is not a real mitzvah. That's how they look at it. We look at it just the other way around. Olam Hazeh is what we see with our eyes. That's real. Ruchnius is something that we believe that there is. We have to tell ourselves there's such a thing as Ruchnius. Olam Hazeh is something we see. But there's big tzaddikim, it's just the opposite. By Malachai Asharis, it's just the opposite. They look at Ruchnius as a metzias, as a reality. They look at ideas, Torah, as a metzias. And Olam Hazeh, they laugh at it. They laugh at us. What are you doing? What are you running around for? What are you looking for over there? And that's how tzaddikim also look at it. And that's how Nosei Aron were probably these kind of people. And all of a sudden here he falls so deep. Only the thing is that there's a Yetzer Hara all over in every place. Even in those high madrigas, there's a Yetzer Hara. What Korach wanted was, why is it that Aaron HaKohen could take the Ketores on Yom Kippur and go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim? be maktir Torahs, and I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Kol ha'eder kulam kedoshim u'v'socham Hashem. Everybody heard from us straight directly from Hashem, Anochi Hashem Elokecha. So why only one person could go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim? He asked. And Moshe Rabbeinu answered, korach, Hama'at mikem. Is it small to you? Is it little to you? Ki hivdel Elkei Yisrael eschem me'adas Yisrael la'akrev eschem eilov lamud from the Mishkan Shem lamud lifnei eidel l'shorsem. Look what you have, avodas leviyah. You have something. You have a special avodah of leviyah, and you stand in front of the eidel that you sing shira on the carbon. Is that small by you? Is that ma'at mikem? Says Moshe Rabbeinu. The Sfas Emes says that the greater a person is, the more he sees the chashivas of the small things. The greater a person is, he realizes the kochos that they're all in the small things. He realizes that it's not the madrigas that we're looking for. It's not the getting high that we're looking for. It's the being an Eved Hashem is what we're looking for. A person is greater. He can see that in doing something small, but you're doing it for Hashem. He remembers the purpose of what we're doing. We're doing this for Hashem's sake. We're doing this to worship Him. And when he remembers that, he thinks, Ashreinu matov chelkeinu, manoim goraleinu, that we're able to stand in front of Hashem and worship Him. And he feels, what could be more than that? What could be more precious than standing in front of the Melech HaKavod and being misharis Him? So let it be with the avodas halavim. What's the difference? But I'm standing and worshiping Hashem. That means he sees the pnimius. The greater person sees the pnimius, and is deeper and deeper and deeper. Nowadays we know that the pnimius of everything is molecules, and deeper than that there's atoms. An atom is the smallest particle that you can't see. I don't even know if with a regular microscope you could see it. Probably need a special microscope to look at. And these particles, they're the yesod of everything, and they hold in them all the energy that makes the object stay together. And if you split that, it could destroy, make a big destruction. That's the ma'apikim. The pnimius is the small things, the small kochis. It says in the Akdamas that we say on Shavuos before Kriyas HaTorah, that Hashem created the world, but also Kalila the Leis B'Mishashusa. He created it with a small osh that doesn't have any mamoshes in it. I think it means the letter Hey. It doesn't have, you don't have to move the lips to say it even. The Hey. The kochas of a thing are the small parts of it. The pnimius of avodas Hashem is to know we're standing in front of Hashem and we're worshiping Him, we're doing for Him. We're being machnia ourselves in front of Hashem. That's the pnimius. The pnimius is hachno. The Chazal say, Sholchu mitom. They sent a letter from Eretz Yisrael. Ezel ben olam haba. Who is it, Ben olam haba? Anveson. Shvalberach, Shaifayel, Shaif Nofik. He bends down when he goes in, he bends down when he goes out. Vigoris Boraisa Tadira, and he always learns. V'lomachzik Tevusel Nafshe. He doesn't feel that it's Magiali. I deserve. That's a Ben Olam Rabba. The Chazal talk 4 things that are connected to Anivis. 4 different Leshonos. Avason, Shvalberach, Shaifayel, Shaif Nofik. And the last thing is Lomachzik Tevusel and Nafshe. In between, they put in the Goris Boraisa Tadira, and there's always Goris in Torah. That's the Tachlis of Avodas Hashem. And Korach, of course he knew all this, but deep down, he had a pagam in understanding this idea. And Chazal say because he was bothered by the fact that Elitzaphan ben Uziel became the Nasi of Shevet Levi, and he didn't, and he held that he should be because he's a son of Kahos, a grandson of Kahos, and Elitzaphan is a son of the youngest son, Uziel. And because that bothered him, they started asking other things. And that's saying, I want Madregas, I want Kodesh HaKadoshim. And he wasn't just, when he was saying going into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, he wasn't just talking about the covet of the Kohen Gadol that goes in. He was talking about the Madrega of going in there. The Kotzker Rebbe said that with everything, even if a person works on himself, still it's very hard to find emes in this world. The only place where there's pure emes in this world is the Kohen Gadol when he goes into the Kodesh HaKadoshim on Yom Kippur. That's where there's pure emes, true emes. The Kodesh HaKadoshim, the place where Makomar Neinu Min Amida, the place where there's no it doesn't take up a place. That place is where there's true emes. And Korach didn't have this amount of his battles to understand that I know after the Kutcha Brichu, I'm an Eved of Hashem. I don't need more than that. That's all that's important and nothing else. And because of that, the end was that he fell to the ground together with his whole group. And he stayed there, and he keeps screaming, Moshe emes v'Torosho emes v'Eim Baduim. And the Bnei Korach, they did tshuva the last minute, and they didn't fall in, and they said the Mizmarim of Tehillim. And interesting is that the first Mizmar that the Bnei Korach sang starts with Ka'ayel tarag al afikim moyim kein nafshi sarag elech elokim tzoma nafshi elokim lekel choy masyavu ve'roy pnei elokim. Maybe the Indian is that they saw the madregas, the highest things you can do, but the main thing is Kain nafshi sarug elech elokim. I don't need all this. I just want you, like the Baal Tanya said. I don't need your Abba. I don't need your Gan Eden. I just want you. And what's the difference? If you can become close to Hashem through doing something small, through doing the ma'at, you can be an Eved Hashem. Just imagine you come in front of the biggest king in the world, and you bring him a present, a particle of a diamond, dust of when they polish the diamonds, the dust that comes out of it. And you bring that as a present to the king. And the king shows satisfaction, and he shows happiness, and
Rabbi
He says
Kaplan, we're taking a break.